This is part 13 to what if Naruto got the Sun Moon Seal as a child. We left off with Naruto defeating Tonari and power scaling the 5 Hitsuzin and the Hokage. Now, this is where a lot of theory comes in. To make up for the huge time skip between Boruto and the last, I'm going to make a custom arc to fill in the time. 1 week after the events of the moon, the 5 Hitsuzin are assigned an S-rank mission. Fugaku explains the rogue country that has been rapidly expanding, called the Shadow Country for short. 20 S-rank ninja have gone rogue in the past 2 weeks, and 12 the week before. Your mission is to infiltrate the rogue country and find out their goals and why so many are turning rogue. I want you to retrieve all the rogue ninja from our country as well. The 5 Hitsuzin then say, okay, how will this mission work? Fugaku places 6 ninjas' information and pictures of the target. Fugaku says, if the organization poses any threat, any of the 5 nations tear it down from the inside. The mission will take roughly 1 3/4 years. The mission starts today. Fugaku says they'll be going under fake names and there will be high-ranking journey of the Hidden Leaf village. Fugaku continues, Naruto, you will be the leader of the 5-man squad. Your mission starts now. Naruto uses KCM2, but the white cloak, to touch the 4 members and teleport to the village gates. Naruto then explains that he's marked out a route and they should follow it. It takes roughly 5 days to get to the rogue ninja land. At the entrance, Naruto hands everyone a chakra concealer tag and tells them to apply it to their neck. It will go invisible once on. They all do as the captain instructed and headed into the rogue ninja village. As they entered, they were immediately surrounded by 20 S-rank rogue ninja. They get their blades ready to attack. But just before this happens, a booming voice shouts, stand down. A large man with the chakra strength similar to Otsutsuki. He seems to be around 75% of Kaguya's power. This man walks towards them. He towers over them, but then says in a kind tone, what would you like, travellers? After choosing his words very carefully, Naruto says, I heard this place harbours rogues. We are here to seek refuge, if you'd allow it, sir. The man then smiles and says, of course, we harbour lots of rogues. We believe the 5 great nations are corrupt. We'd gladly take in rogues like you. Itachi then replies to him, thank you, sir. We greatly appreciate it. Is there anything we need to do? The man turns around, saying, of course. It's not big, just a few things. Come with me. The 5 Hitsuzin are brought to an office in a small city. Naruto thinks to himself, this is rather sophisticated for rogues. But proceeds to enter into the office. They all think this is quite similar to the Hokage's office. The man tells them to sit down, as 5 chairs are seated in front of his desk. He then says, we would be glad to allow you to join our village. However, there are a few things we need from you. First, cross out your headband. Second, fill out these forms. And third, state your reasoning for coming here. They all nod as they cross out their fake headbands. They all proceed to fill in the form, names, ranks in the village, chakra natures, and then the reason they have sought refuge. They filled it out with convincing reasons. The man takes in their forms and says to them, I see. You seem to be quite infamous in your village. We will gladly accept you into the village hidden in the shadows. That's what we call ourselves anyway. They all thank the man and ask for his name. He then says, nice to meet you. He then says, nice to meet you all. I'm you. Yu then goes on to explain how the village works. Our village takes on small jobs from small towns in the area. We don't get paid money, rather food and resources. We have an arena for rankings if you are interested. And we also have plenty of housing. He then tosses them all a key and says, "This is your home now," and smiles. They all head to their rooms in apartment complexes. They are all next to each other. They begin a meeting in Naruto's room. Naruto says, "I've already analysed and predicted the amount of people that live here. It's about 200 S rank ninja and 800 A rank." Sasuke replies, "I agree, and that's a lot. However, they seem to have all powered up quite a lot. The weakest A rank ninja I saw was probably getting close to S rank." He then listed all the A rank ninjas that he thought had gone extremely strong. They all nod, and Itachi says, "I believe it is the fighting arena that started this growth." Kakashi then says, "I agree. However, I also saw they have incredible advanced training grounds too." Naruto then says to Kakashi, "I noticed that too. In terms of technology, they are on par, if not even more technologically advanced than the 5 great nations." They all agree with Naruto's evaluation. Naruto then continues, saying, "We are going to sign up for the arena tomorrow." They all tell Naruto that's too risky and we should observe. Naruto then says, "No, that's even more risky, as we will most likely be closely monitored as we're new to the village. Therefore, if we join the fighting arena, we will seem like the other rogues." Itachi then realizes and says, "You're right, Naruto. As this is an infiltration mission, you must act like the other rogues. So signing up for the arena is the best way to gather information without risking being caught." Naruto then says, "We get up early in the morning. Let's all get to sleep." They all head back to their allocated rooms and get some sleep. The next day arrives as all 5 of them head to the arena. They locate where the sign-up booth is. The lady running the booth says, "Okay, you have to fight at least once every other day, or you'll move down in ranking. You are limited to 1 fight a day, and to move up the rankings, you must challenge people above your rank. You're placed at the bottom. You will now have the ranks 961st, 962nd, 963rd, 964th, and 965th. You will be randomly assigned a fight with someone within 20 ranks above or below." They will agree and sign up. The lady then continues and says, "Would any of you like to fight today?" Naruto and Sasuke in unison say, "Yes." The lady then says, 964th, you will be fighting 954th, and 965th, you'll be fighting 947th. Your matches begin in 1 hour. You must fight till one is no longer able to continue, gives up. 964th is Sasuke, and 965th is Naruto. Naruto then says to Sasuke, "Remember, we need to hold back as we can't reveal our true strengths." We skip 1 hour, and Sasuke is first. Sasuke makes the fight look believable by taking a couple of hits, but eventually Sasuke wins with a chop. Next up is Naruto. Naruto does the same as Sasuke and makes it look believable, and finishes it off with a kunai to the arm. Naruto and Sasuke then take their new ranks and schedule a fight for the next day. Itachi, Shisui, and Itachi also schedule a fight. We skip 6 months, and at this point they've done several things. They've raised money / food for the village, and also they've progressed their rankings in the arena. Sasuke is 500th, Naruto is 510th, Kakashi is 523rd, Shisui is 524th, and Itachi is 493rd. They have also not picked up on much suspicious activity from the village. They seem to be acting as a normal village. Now, all 5 are then called by Yu. All 5 enter and say hello to Yu. Yu then says, You've been in our village for about 6 months now. What do you think? They will say sincerely, it's a great village. Yu then says, I'm going to tell you my honest goal. The 5 look at him with intense glares as Yu continues. You see, I want to make my village one of the great nations, as I believe I can fix the corrupt system. I want this village to become the 6th great nation. All the Hitsun look back at him with shock. Yu stares at them and says, I see, you also think it's ridiculous to think that a group of rogues could form a village. Itachi then speaks up and says, Yu, that isn't it. We just think that we didn't think you'd have that kind of goal, as you've held so many rogues in your arms. Yu then continues saying, all of these rogues are not bad people. They all left their villages for non-spiteful reasons. They all realise that they haven't seen one high bounty rogue, and that there was a reason for that, and that's because they weren't a danger to the other villages. And this is the end to part 13 of What If Naruto the Sun Moon Suit. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe for new content. This What If will be wrapping up relatively soon. I plan to double upload today, so watch out for that.